You're planning your next getaway. Our next guest is sharing travel trends and how to make the most with your money. And again, joining us live this morning is Travelzoo Senior Editor Gabe Saglie. Gabe, good morning. Welcome back to the show, to New York Living.
Hello, Chris.
And we want to talk travel. I want to get right to this. So what are some places where Travelzoo right now is seeing the greatest demand?
All right, and the demand is still there. Clearly, we've seen a bit of a drop-off naturally because we're back to school. We're back to sort of that fall rhythm. And so we're in the middle of what's called shoulder season. So if you're looking to get away, you've got some days off here that you've got to burn off before the holiday season. You're seeing some bargain opportunity both domestically and internationally. December 20th, Chris, is your cutoff. Once we get to December 20th, those December holidays, end of the year, new year comes in. Prices will double, triple, depending on where you want to go. So some opportunity there. We've seen something interesting happening out of Europe. First of all, the UK. Because of all of the attention and coverage around the Queen's passing, we've seen in the last week, 10 days, about a 15 to 25% jump on our website for searches around places like London, Scotland, Britain. So, which I think is interesting. We're entering sort of a slower season there. Prices are dropping off pretty nicely from the highs that we saw over the summer season. So for folks who are looking for that sort of last minute bargain just on the other side of the Atlantic, the UK now is going to be offering some value, some high interest there. And keep in mind, we're now seeing the sterling, the British pound, cost you about $1.14. That's the lowest exchange rate since 1985. Wow. So your museum tickets, that extra coffee and breakfast is going to be a little bit more affordable for you these days.
So it seems like the passing of the Queen has really piqued interest. I guess people were watching all the coverage, and you see the sights and those beautiful surroundings, and probably want to be part of that now. Now, this one kind of jumped out at me also. You said something about New Zealand is now a popular destination. Not exactly around the corner, but why is that?
So interesting. New Zealand, obviously, during the pandemic, famously one of the most restrictive places to get in. They closed down early. They closed down hard during the pandemic. Slowly, this February, they started a very sort of phased reopening. But just late last week, they eliminated all entry restrictions. You don't need a proof of a COVID test. You don't need vaccination proof. It is wide open now for the first time in more than 2 years. Now, interestingly, earlier this week, out of JFK, Air New Zealand launched its first nonstop 17-hour flight from JFK to Auckland. By the way, that big question of the day, what would $2,000 get you at JFK? You could do Auckland now, since that's the flight now one of the longest in the world. Will get you to New Zealand. So all of a sudden, and then Australia did the same thing in July. So all of a sudden, Chris, this portion of the world, sort of exotic, far-flung indeed, has become more accessible. We are going to see higher pricing over the next few months because they're entering summer season. Remember, the seasons are flipped down there. But overall, better access, and as we look long-term, better affordability to that very unique and special part of the world.
Yeah, that's one of the places I still have not been to. It's on my bucket list. But a 17-hour flight, I mean, you need a really good book or two with that.
Bring your snacks.
To get there, and a lot of snacks. Okay, we had talked about shoulder season, but what about the best times of the week or days of the week to travel where you may get the best bang for your buck?
Yeah, great question. And, we're seeing now sort of that dependable rhythm return as we begin to continue to exit from the pandemic, getting back to normal behaviors when it comes to traveling. So, keep looking for those sales on Tuesday mornings now. We're starting to see more airlines put out their sales. And midweek continues to be a great time to travel. If you can get away on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, prices are going to be just more affordable than a Monday or a Friday these days. Business travel continues to rebound, albeit slowly. So that Monday flight is going to be more expensive because the business folks are taking that one than, say, your Tuesday morning flight. So you want to keep that in mind. I'm also noticing, Chris, that flight prices have continued to be very volatile. I was tracking one flight yesterday. Within an hour, it changed in pricing, and it changed in the wrong direction for me 3 times within that hour. So don't wait too long. I think September, as we spoke about last month, Chris, is a great time to start locking down your holiday fares, your fall fares. If you wait too long, they will continue to climb because capacity is still being very restricted by these airlines, at least through November, as a way to try to prevent some of the chaos that we saw earlier in the summer.
Yeah, no, I'm tracking flights. I'm trying to get to San Juan and Puerto Rico during the Christmas holiday season, and literally in days it's gone up $300-400. So
exactly
I have to jump on this quickly. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I peeked at some of these, and these are amazing deals. You have some deals and destinations to share with us that are really special and great getaway packages.
And these are destinations, Chris, that are great for you right through about December 20th. So you've got that window we were talking about. Right. Let's go to the Florida Keys, a great little place called the Havana Cabana Resort. Keep in mind, the Key West is closer to Cuba than it is to mainland USA. So there's a big Cuban influence here. You got those great classic cars. These places famous for their mojitos, and you can spend a night here from $179 to $269 a night, depending on whether you stay weekday or weekend, all the way through December 22nd. Let's talk Aruba. You know, the hurricane season obviously still in full effect, although it's starting to wind down as we head toward November. Aruba, one of those islands that's below the hurricane belt, so dependably better weather even during hurricane season. This is the Radisson Blu in Aruba. It opened up spring of 2021, so relatively new property. You can stay here for 4 nights in a 2-bedroom suite, so perfect for the family or for a getaway, you know, with 4 friends. $9.99 gets you a 4-night stay in a 2-bedroom suite through December 20th, including Thanksgiving week, if for some reason you don't want to go home for the holiday.
That sounds like a plan. And I think you had something about Costa Rica real quick?
Yeah, this is great. Costa Rica, Central America, still offering some great values. A great little place called here, the Azura Beach Resort, adults only, beautiful 5-star resort on the Pacific side of Costa Rica. This is an all-inclusive property, so $13.99, 4 nights, 5 days, and it includes your airport transfers as well. You stay in an ocean view suite. This is a great destination. Gets super high marks from our members on the Travelzoo website. But again, Central America, I think Costa Rica, along with Belize, the 2 most popular destinations in Central America right now, and great weather as we head toward the end of the year.
Gabe, these sound like, I mean, these are great deals. I'm going to take a little deeper look into them because the price sounds amazing to me. But once again, thanks so much for joining us and
great to see you,
spending some time and giving us some good tips. We'll see you in a few. Stay safe. All right.